Both accidents occurred a few minutes after takeoff, a similarity that led authorities around the world to pull the plane out of operation. The cost for Boeing and the airlines will depend largely on the length of time the planes are out of commission. How long any reputational damage will endure will depend on how well and how quickly Boeing deals with the affix, analysts say. The 737 MAX is expected to account for more than 90% of Boeing's planned year-end deliveries, so it will want to keep the ban as short as possible. The company's shares have fallen 12% in the days after Sunday's crash in Ethiopia, wiping out nearly $30 billion in value, but so far there have been no reports of cancelled orders. Safety first, Boeing has repeatedly said its top-selling 737 MAX planes are safe and reliable, but in the wake of the deadly crash in October, it worked on updating its manual and training. The Lion Air crash was attributed to the flight stabilization system designed to prevent the aircraft from stalling, the MCAS, and the FAA said Wednesday that new evidence and satellite data indicated similarities between the two crashes. One American pilot who flew a MAX 8 on a flight Monday said while it was prudent to ground the planes, he was skeptical about the link between the two crashes. But he said guidance issued by Boeing on the MCAS system following the Lion Air crash was quickly incorporated into domestic operations, so most U.S. pilots would have been able to troubleshoot the problem if it arose. Goldman Sachs said that if the problem with the planes is contained to a software fix, this would likely be a quicker and less costly fix implementation. But if there is a more comprehensive design flaw, it could be a long and costly issue. Ken Herbert, analyst at Canaccord, said the cost for a software fix would be around $500 million. Replacement planes. The other major consequence of pulling the planes from service are how the airlines can adjust. There are about 371 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in use worldwide, accounting for a small share of the world's 27,000 commercial planes, according to Richard Abulafia, an aerospace expert at Teal Group, who said that replacing them is a temporary problem. However, air transport expert Addison Shonland said, nobody has extra planes. Airlines will have to juggle to cover their flights, and reimburse customers if they have to cancel, he said. I suspect recently retired aircraft are coming out of the desert now. The carriers have the option of leasing replacement jets, and likely would send the bill to Boeing. Canaccord's Herbert said the best-case scenario is 6 to 8 weeks, and meanwhile Boeing will likely be responsible for the operating difference between MAXs and alternative jets, and for any lease costs for new jets, which could amount to $1 billion. American carrier Southwest Airlines has the largest fleet of MAX planes in the world, but they make up only 4% of its flight program. We will complete any previously scheduled MAX 8 flying with other available aircraft in our fleet, a Southwest spokesman said. But in Europe, budget airline Norwegian Air Shuttle will fill in with other models, such as the long-haul Dreamliner and the short and medium-haul Boeing 737-800. The airline on Wednesday announced that it would ask Boeing for compensation to cover the additional operating costs.